Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel, and today I'm continuing the series why this watch is important to me. And today I'm looking at my holy grail, my piece of à la resistance, and the piece I'm looking at today is my Patek Philippe 5110J. Why is this piece important to me? That is a very good question indeed. Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel. Guys, I want to talk to you today. It's very important. Man cannot live on Google ads alone. I depend on your support to keep me on YouTube full time. Guys, there's a number of ways you can help me stay on YouTube producing content. Number one, you can organize a paid review. That's right. I will make a video for US $20 minimum and I will review your collection. I'll answer a question for you. So, you know, normally takes about 14 days, 10 to 14 days for me to make these vids. The other thing you could do to sponsor me and help me stay full-time on YouTube is sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a small amount of money, like $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, anything, any amount you want over $1, you can, and it basically sends $1 each month to me. Now you can cancel at any time if you're sick of the show or you don't like me anymore. So guys, help keep me full-time on YouTube. Paid reviews, I do. Sponsor me on Patreon, and Patreon people get advanced screening of some videos and secret videos. Not to mention I got advertising space on the fridge. Come on guys, keep me full-time on YouTube. So why is this watch so important to me? And that is a very interesting question. I've always loved the Patek Philippe World Time itself. I remember when it came out in the early noughties, the Patek Philippe World Time. This was a amazing complication that Patek brought back from years of old. This piece here, the thing I loved about the World Time was that it was just such a beautiful piece. The dial, the case. I mean, this was a very new avant-garde approach for Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe added crown guards to a very special complication. That's right, the crown guards. They did this with the release of the 5110 and also the 5107 crown guards. The other thing I loved about this case was the way the lugs met the side of the case. Very much reminiscent of traditional Calatravas of a bygone era. This piece itself here, I remember in the early noughties seeing the Patek 5110 advertisements and thinking, there is no way in the world I'd ever be able to get one of these pieces. In fact, it's like when I look at a 5396 today and say, hey, that's just too far out there. So in the noughties, I really dreamed of owning a Patek Philippe World Time. I remember analyzing the different precious metal choices and thinking, well, the platinum would be ridiculously too hard to get. The yellow gold is gorgeous. The rose gold, but then I fell in love with the white gold. And that was the one to get, the white gold, which looked very similar to the platinum. Years later, I managed to acquire a white gold World Time, and yes, I love that piece to death, but I managed to flick it for a good chunk of profit. Profit's not a dirty word. In fact, the wheels of commerce keep Archie going full-time on YouTube. So what could I do? I sold my white gold, Patek, and the dealer, believe it or not, he wanted more money for the yellow gold than the white gold. He had a yellow gold piece. And that is the piece you see before, before me now. The Patek Philippe 5110J. Absolutely stunning piece. So in many regards there, this piece is my true holy grail piece. It's a piece which since day one of its release, I lusted after. I lusted after and desired to own this type of piece. It's a piece that really has so many essential Patek Philippe keys to it. It's a piece that is really very expensive indeed. A very expensive piece from Patek Philippe. And this piece here, it has many things I like about it. What do I love about it? Well, it's a world time. What I love about a world time is this here not only gives you time, like at the moment we can see that it's almost 6 a.m. but we can tell by looking at the disc there, it's nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Mexico. We know that it is actually nearly 11 o'clock in Moscow, and we know in Bangkok it's 3 a.m. How does that work? Well, it's that disc which has the 24 hours of time. It rotates with the changing of time. So this here gives you a glance at your wrist. You can see the time in any of the 24 time zones of the world. This piece here is a grand classique. Originally, I really did love the white gold piece I owned there, but I must tell you, I'm not just saying this because I own the yellow gold, but I think it has a more vintagey feel, and I think the yellow gold suits this piece perfectly. One of the wonderful things about this piece here is its beautiful display back. The movement in this piece here, it's a 240 movement, which in 2017 celebrated 40 years of production. That's right, the 240 movement. It's Patek's automatic movement with micro rotor. The micro rotor. This is the same movement used in the 3940 perpetual calendar. This is probably Patek's finest automatic base movement. And this is the choice that Patek made for the Patek Philippe 5110 world time. The other thing about this piece here is it's always the attention to detail. Have a look at the clasp that they put on the world time. They didn't just go for a simple tang buckle. No, many of Patek's annual calendars came with just a tang buckle. But the world time, no, it comes with Patek Philippe's deployant buckle in 18 karat gold. 18 karat gold. That shows you what Patek thinks of this watch in the Patek Philippe lineup. What I really love about the Patek Philippe 5110 is the fact that it's such an elegant dress watch. This watch itself here has no date function and no seconds function. Now, this is something that I really love about this watch, because this is a watch you wear when you're going to a special event or a special occasion. And what I love most about this watch is that because it is a special occasion watch, it doesn't have a date. See, a lot of damage can be done to wristwatches by trying to set the correct date. This puts a lot of pressure on the movement and the gears. So this sort of piece here takes advantage of that. It is a special occasion type of piece that one would enjoy, and without having the date function, it is incredibly easy to set. Basically set the 24-hour time and off you go. Simple as that. The other thing I love about this piece is that because it's a modern classic, it comes from an era when Patek was doing some absolutely amazing things. Before the 90s and noughties, Patek only had simple Pateks or grand complications like a perpetual calendar. This here was the start of the useful complication range, and probably the most beautiful piece in this range is the annual calendar and world time. The latter being the one of Patek's greatest iconic complications of all time. It looks simple, and the execution is simple, but it's quite a complicated movement to perfect and to perform. The Patek Philippe World Time, a world-class watch for a world-class luxury goods guru and presenter to possess, hoard, collect, caress, and own. This is probably the greatest modern luxury timepiece since time began. This is one of the greatest wristwatches of all time. I love my yellow gold example. I love the way the fonts, the guilloche, the hands. I absolutely love my Patek 5110. A grand classique from Patek Philippe. What do I love about this watch here? Well, it's been one of my grail watches since time began. I love the fact that it says, well, let's have a look. Why do I love this watch so much? For a start, it's by my favorite brand, Patek Philippe. My initials are PP, Paul Pluta, same as Patek Philippe. This is quite a important thing when you understand that watches are such a personal choice. The other thing I love about this piece is the fact that it's in yellow gold. I think precious metal watches that really stand out, yellow gold is the best way to go. Out of all the Patek Philippe world time pieces, I think the 5110 is the most beautiful. The 5110 has, in my opinion, the best guilloche dial of any of the world times in modern history. That includes the 5130, the 5230. The guilloche on this dial here, I think, is the best. The other thing I love about this watch is the hands itself. They hark back to the vintage hands of the 1950s and 60s world time from Patek Philippe. I love the fact that the 5110 has the beautiful crown guards, the crown guards. These here really brought the watch into the new millennium, and I think it's a mistake to have removed them on the 5230. I also love the pusher at 10 o'clock, which is the way in which different time zones are activated. This is done very similar to the previous world time from Patek Philippe. This watch itself, I think, is absolutely perfect. Why do I say that? Well, I think the sizing, it's 37mm, is absolutely perfect for the gentleman around town. I personally love the way the lugs were done on this. Compare these lugs to the 5119 or the 3919, and these lugs here are like an oyster style lugs on the Calatrava. The other thing I love about this watch here is that it is in Patek's upper echelon of complications. You can tell this because Patek gave this piece here the 18 karat deployant clasp, not the pin buckle. This piece here itself from Patek is priced higher than most Patek annual calendars. This piece here is an amazing piece, and it's very, very much an iconic piece that I feel is so much more than the beauty that is Patek Philippe. This piece itself, 37mm Patek Philippe, a modern Patek in a beautiful, beautiful attention to detail. This is the piece of choice for Archibald Chesterfield III, and I absolutely love this piece here. Everything about this piece just screams no expense spared. And my Patek Philippe is a box and papers example, and it's very important to note that these pieces here are not easy to obtain. These are very expensive pieces. The Patek 5110, the most important thing about this is that it's not in rodent size. This here is not some 33mm ladies cast off. No, this is a Patek Philippe. It's a Patek Philippe world time, one of the greatest complications of all time. And it's mine, Archibald Chesterfield III. This is my watch, which makes me what I am today. This is the absolute delight of one's collecting years. I look at all the mistakes I've made over the years collecting watches, and the fact that I own a 5110 forgives them all. I love this watch. This watch is my watch, not some rodent's watch on a micro size. No, this here, 37mm, 18 karat solid gold, box papers example. They're going for on Chrono24, similar condition, starting at $25,000 US. That's the benchmark for YouTube Guru watch experts to have there. Not some faggot 33 size case with some cast off movement from a brand which only has sports watches to its name. Okay.